We have seen the relation from the Cartesian product, and the Cartesian product is defined from one set to another set, denoted by A cross B. From that A cross B, if you take a subset of A cross B is a relation. We have seen that already. Just for the purpose of review, I'm mentioning it. If you see, let me share the screen, one moment. If you see a set A consisting of three elements ABC, and if you take another set B consisting of two elements 1 comma 2, then do you tell me the Cartesian product?
Sir, you have not shared the screen.
No, I did not so far. I'm just talking. So, if you take a set A, ABC, small a, small b, small c, set B as 1 comma 2. Just I want to understand your listening skills. What is set A, Ananya? As I said just now?
1 comma 2.
No. Set A is small a, b, c, and set B is 1 comma 2. Then what should be A cross B then? What should be A cross B?
A comma 1.
Yes.
Comma 1.
Correct.
A comma 2. B comma 2. C comma 1. C comma 2.
That's good. So how many such you get? The number of elements in A cross B, how many will be there? 6 will be there, that is 3 into 2. Okay. That's what I mean to say, just for the sake of revision. That is, if you take a set ABC and another set 1, 2, this is set A, set B, and the elements in set A is ABC, and the elements in set B is 1, 2. Then if you map the relation between them, if you map the relation between them, A to 1, A to 2, B to 1, B to 2, C to 1, C to 2. This is nothing but the cross product. The cross product is denoted by A cross B is denoted by A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. That's what it is. Okay, so this is nothing but the cross product. If you take any part of it, what I mean to say by part, if you take any part of it, that is subset. That is said to be relation. If you take something like A1, B2, this is a subset of A cross B, and this is denoted by A R B. R stands for relation. A R B is equal to this one. So any relation is subset of A cross B. This is what you have to understand, please. Any relation is subset of A cross B. So now after that we have seen the types of relations. That also we did. Just for the sake of revision, I am doing this. Now let us enter into this one. Okay, now say this. That's what it is mentioned here, and I explained it now. This is A cross B contains the relation. So a relation is a subset of A cross B, and the domain and range of the relation is the first element is nothing but the domain, and range is the second element. First element means whatever the ordered pair is there, in that ordered pair, if you take the first element, this is A. This is A is the domain, and this is the range. B is the range. That's what it is. You can understand that it is input and output. Input and output. Whatever the value you give is nothing but the input, and whatever the value you get is nothing but the output. That's it. That is nothing but the domain and range. And how many distinct relations? A is equal to 1, 2, 3, the total number of distinct relations that can be defined over A. Just for the revision sake, you tell me the answer faster and I'll be moving forward. Come on, tell me the answer for this. Are you there? Come on, tell me.
Can you repeat the question?
It's on the screen.
No, sir, it is not on this.
Yeah, just a moment. This is the definition. Just now I revised it. Okay. And the domain and range of the relation. The input is the domain and the output is the range. I needed to mention you that. Further, you'll be getting again this in the functions. Okay, range is B and the domain is A. That's what it is. Next, the question what I'm asking you is this. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, the total number of distinct relations that can be defined over A is the question. How many elements A cross A has?
Sir, we have done this question 2 raised to 9.
Yeah. 9 elements will be there in A cross A. N of A cross A is 9. And the number of subsets or power set of A cross A, let me write. Power set of A cross A, the number of subsets will be 2 power 9. We have seen this already. Okay. This is what you have to understand, and we already did it. The next question, please. Which of the following are relations from X to Y? From X to Y. That means if you start from X, it must close in Y. If you start from X, it must close in Y. So we have seen this also in the previous session. What is it? Anyone, do you answer this, please? R1, Y is equal to 2 plus X. If you see, if you substitute 1 here, it is 3. It is there already.
So the answer is C.
Huh. We did it now already?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'll discuss just A and I'll leave it off. R1 is y is equal to 2 plus x. If you substitute x1, 1 comma 3, it is there. If you substitute 2, 2 comma 4 is not there. It is not there. So it is not a relation. It is not there in y. Not there in y. Similarly, you have to check it like that. This is the domain, this is the range. The range must close in capital Y. Okay, that's what it is. The relation R defined on the set of natural numbers as AB. A differs from B by 3. This, I'm not discussing this because we did it already. Inverse relation. ARB implies ABRA. So R is R inverse. R maps from A to B and R inverse maps from B to A. Just inverse of the relation. We discussed and we did the problem also. Next is R inverse is defined by. You have to find out R and then R inverse. R inverse is 3, 1, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's it. Next, the relation R is defined on the set of natural numbers A is equal to 2B. We did it already.
Option A.
Yeah. Types of relations. Here we already started this. We already started this reflexive relation. Reflexive relation is that relation in the name itself. We can see the meaning of it. Reflexive. That is A comma A belongs to R for all A belongs to A. Small a belongs to capital A. R is reflexive. A comma A belongs to R. All A belongs to capital A. So if you have a set, A is equal to 1, 2, 3. If you are given a relation like 1, 2, 2, 3, for example, do you able to see what I'm writing there? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
The rest of the people.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, all of you. Now, let me check whether this is a reflexive relation or not. First of all, to be reflexive, the element 1 belongs to A only, there is no doubt. This R must contain, to be reflexive, whenever this 1 is there in this relation, you must have 1, 1. When 2 is there, you must have 2, 2. When 3 is there, you must have 3, 3. Then only this becomes a reflexive relation. And besides this, you can have the remaining also. But you must have these 3 perfectly. Then only it becomes reflexive, remember. For example, if I say, so whatever the relation according to this question here, whatever the relation R is given is not reflexive. But if I write something like this, 1, 2 I wrote. Again, what is that I'm doing? I'm altering this. I'm altering this as something like 2, 1. Let me say 2, 1. Now 1 belongs to A. This is 1 is lying in A. That is why 1, 1 must be there. 2 is lying in A. That is why 2, 2 must be there. But 3 is not mentioned there. You don't need this now. You don't need this. Then if these 2 are there in this one, that becomes a reflexive relation. Understand that. So in the reflexive relation, you can have other ordered pairs also besides 1, 1, 2, 2. Understand this? Okay. So, to make this a reflexive relation, now R is to be reflexive. R is to be reflexive. Okay. Then anyone please? What are the elements to be added? 1, 1 to be added and 2, 2 must be added. Then only it becomes a reflexive relation. Then only it becomes a reflexive relation. Yes, Miloni?
तो मतलब मुझे ये नहीं समझा अगर मतलब सिर्फ 1 2 मतलब एक आपने भी वो पिंक में लिखा है सिर्फ वही होगा तो भी वो रिफ्लेक्सिव है कि कंपलसरी टू ऐड 1 1 and 2 2 is also in it.
Well, means, for example, it will be clear now. Now, if I remove this, I asked you whether this is reflexive or not. Then also you must have 1, 1, 2, 2 here. 1, 1, 2, 2 here. That means whatever the element you have chosen must have its reflection compulsory. If 1 is there, its reflection 1 must be there. If 2 is there, its reflection 2, 2 must be there. Then only it becomes reflexive. Otherwise not.
अभी सो तो उसमें 1 1 and 2 2 भी ऐड करना पड़ेगा ब्रैकेट में.
हाँ करेक्ट है. अगर ऐड कर दिया तो रिफ्लेक्सिव हो जाता है.
सर बट मतलब आपने जो पहले लिखा ना 2 1 सिर्फ वही होता तो मतलब 1 1 1 2 नहीं हुआ.
नहीं है तो that is not reflexive. What I discussed is
not reflexive.
that's not reflexive. Taken as it is, these are not reflexive.
मतलब सर मतलब जो भी लिखा है मतलब अलग 1 2 तो उसके दोनों मतलब दोनों साइड पे लिखना पड़ा.
दोनों का रिफ्लेक्शन होना ही चाहिए.
हाँ या
That's it. Someone call me. Yes.
Hello, sir.
हाँ बोलो ना.
Sir, if they have asked to make a relation, a reflexive relation, such like you have given in the question, r equal to 1, 2.
ऐसा क्वेश्चन आएगा अभी.
Then we have.
Yes, you
Then
have
we
to
have
add this.
1, 1, 2.
Yeah, you have to add this.
Sir, 3, 3 we have to not add that.
No need, no need. In this case, no need. For reflexive, it is not needed. And further, you are getting identity relation. In that one, you will have to identity relation. I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that.
Yes, sir.
This is about reflexive relation. Symmetric relation is this also I explained. Yeah, this also I explained. I have taken an example also. Matrix का example लिया था matrices में. A transpose is equal to A, that is called symmetric matrix. I said here also symmetricity means AB belongs to R implies BA belongs to R, then it is symmetric. In the name itself, we have the meaning of it. In the name itself, we have the meaning of it. So AB is there, BA must also be there, then simply it is said to be reflexive. Every symmetric relation is R inverse is equal to R. That means AB is R, then R inverse contains BA, no? If AB is there, BA will also be there in R. Then both must be equal if it is symmetric. Okay, you will understand in a better way if I take up the problems. But just understand the symmetric relation. I hope you understand what is a symmetric relation.
Yes, sir.
Rest of the people, respond.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, anti-symmetric relation. Of course, it is just like symmetric only. But AB belongs to R and BA belongs to R if and only if or implies simply A is equal to B. And this is possible only when this A is equal to B. What he is saying is just understand it anti-symmetric. Symmetric means AB belongs to R, BA belongs to R. Besides this, if A is equal to B, then it is said to be anti-symmetric relation. See, let us understand the definition here. Let A be any set, a relation R on set A is said to be anti-symmetric relation if and only if AB belongs to R and BA belongs to R, implies A is equal to B for all AB belongs to A. Means it is your face only, like when you stand before the mirror, you will not be seeing another face, no? You will see your face only. So it is nothing but anti-symmetric relation. Unless there is a ghost behind you, you will see your face only in the mirror, no? What do you say, Ananya? Unlike in the movies, in the horror movies, if you see in the mirror, you will see your face only. But if you see any other face, of course, when you are alone, what I'm talking about, when you are alone, if you see other face, that must be ghost face. So ghost we don't know, that is why it is your face only. So AB belongs to R and BA belongs to R implies A is equal to B. A is equal to B is said to be anti-symmetric relation. Let us understand this example here. Just see this, please. Let n be the set of natural numbers. A relation R is subset of n cross n is defined by x or y if and only if x divides y, that is x by y. Then x or y, y or x implies x divides y divides x. When is it possible? For example, if I say 4 by 2, 2 divides 4, correct, no? 2 divides 4, but 4 divides 2 means it is not equal. It is 1 by 2, it is 2, it is 1 by 2. Okay, but if it is to be anti-symmetric relation, what must happen? Numerator is divided by denominator, and again denominator divided by numerator is possible only when both are equal. Only when both are equal. That is nothing but the anti-symmetric relation. Understand that, please. Understand that. Are you there, everyone? So x divides y and y divides x. If such a relation is given, for example, I repeat, x divides y and y divides x. Okay. How is it possible, yeah? How is it possible? Only when both are equal. This is nothing but the anti-symmetric relation. What is that there in between? Don't forget I wrote and in between. And please, and is possible only when x is equal to y. This is nothing but anti-symmetric relation. Clear? I'm moving to the next one then. Transitive relation. This also I discussed already. I discussed Rama is brother of Lakshmana and Lakshmana is brother of Bharat. Implies Rama is brother of Bharat. Transitive, transferable relation here. Transferable relation here. What are the relation between R and L is there? Same relation is there between R and B also. This is nothing but transitive relation. So theoretically, how do we define this? AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R implies eliminate B in between. AC also belongs to R, then it is said to be transitive relation. It is said to be transitive relation. Relation is transferable. Relation is transferable. Okay? Then which relation that is not transferable? let us take an example. Rahul is father of Vicky, let me say. The relation is father. Okay? And Vicky is brother of something like Sushma, let us suppose. He's the brother. Now, is it transitive relation? I repeat, Rahul is father of Vicky and Vicky is brother of Sushma. Are you alive in the class? Every one of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Are you alive?
Yes, sir.
All सो रहे हैं नहीं तो.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Thanks. Then Rahul is father of Vicky and Vicky is brother of Sushma, I said. Then Vicky is common here. Can we transfer this relation now?
No, sir.
Sir.
Rahul is this relation cannot be transferable because it is brother, it is father. Are you there, everyone? What I'm saying? So when the relation is transferable, AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R implies AC also belongs to R. Then we can say this is a transitive relation. Very simple, easy to understand. Okay. Next. ये लोग बार बार आ रहे हैं, बार बार सता रहे हैं यार. Next is identity relation. Identity relation is just now you people are asking the questions about reflexive relation. The same is same applies here also with a slight difference. Identity relation, for example, if you want the identity relation of some set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, identity relation, let me denote as IA, is nothing but 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. This is what you have to understand. It won't contain the rest of the elements like 1, 2, ये सब नहीं रहेगा. 1, 2, 2, 3, these will not be there in the identity relation. Identity relation means the set maps onto itself. The set maps onto itself. The set का cross product अपने आप ही हो जाएगा. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay. So this is what you have to understand. So what is the difference between the reflexive relation and identity relation? In the identity relation, you must have a reflection of every element that is present in the set. Miloni. 1 है तो 1 1 होना है, 2 है तो 2 2 भी होना है, 3 है तो 3 3 भी होना है. अगर 3 3 नहीं है तो ये आइडेंटिटी नहीं रहेगा. This will not be identity. If you have 4 also, you must have 4 4 also. But in reflexive relation, it is not like that. It is not like that. If you have any element like this, 1 2, then it is to be reflexive. You must have 1 1 and 2 2. But you need not have to have 3 3 here in this case. What is it? It is reflexive. Reflexive may contain other elements also, but identity contains only these elements that are mapped onto themselves. The elements that are mapped onto themselves. 1 1 2 2 3 3 gives you the identity relation. So what is that? You can say that it is interesting to note that every identity relation is reflexive, but every reflexive relation need not be an identity relation. With this statement, you can understand that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Every identity becomes reflexive, but every reflexive need not be identity. Because if you write, if I say this as reflexive relation, 1 2, it is containing 1 2, and hence it won't become identity. But if you take identity relation, it will definitely become reflexive. So what is that you have to understand? Every identity relation is reflexive, but every reflexive relation need not be identity. Need not be identity relation. Now here, let us say this now. Also, identity relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. Obviously, identity relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. Okay, because it contains 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Symmetric, it will become symmetric and as well transitive. So this is what identity relation is. Okay. Any more, please?
Sir,
Bolo.
sir, वो reflexive सब में थोड़ा डालता है.
Problems करने के बाद पूछ लो.
Yes, sir.
Identity relation. Now equivalence relation, which is important, please. Equivalence relation. What is an equivalence relation? If a relation is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, then it is simply said to be equivalence relation. So you don't have any separate definition for equivalence relation. If a relation becomes reflexive, what is the meaning of reflexive? A belongs to R for all A belongs to A. A belongs to R for all A belongs to A. For example, if I take, for example, I'm taking small a is equal to ABC, and I define ARB as something AB. That's it, I mentioned. Then is it reflexive or not? No, not reflexive. Then anyone, do you make it reflexive?
Sir, you have to add A, comma A and B, comma B.
And A comma B must also be there. Then it becomes reflexive. That's what it is. Next, symmetric. Symmetric means AB belongs to A, AB belongs to R, and BA also belongs to R. Then it is said to be symmetric. Symmetric, second element becomes first element becomes second element. Transitive, in the name itself, we have the meaning of it. Transitive. AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R. Then AC also belongs to R. If all these three are satisfied, then we call it as equivalence relation, please. If all these three are satisfied, then we call it as equivalence relation. Okay. Next one, please see this one. Now, every doubt will be clarified with this problem. Yes, please.
So can I ask that?
Yes, yes.
Yes, so in equivalence relation, all three conditions should meet.
Yes, it is said to be equivalence relation if all three conditions are satisfied. Number 1, reflexive. Number 2, symmetric. Number 3, transitive.
Okay,
So it is identity relation only, no? Identity relation is also all three. Identity relation is also all three, no? Reflexive, symmetric, and transitive.
No. That's why I took the example for reflexive. Identity, you need not have to have identity to become an equivalence relation. Identity is different. All the elements must be reflected in the identity relation. But in reflexive relation, all the elements need not be reflected. Whatever the pairs are there in it, they must have reflection. I'll tell you, to clarify your doubt here, I have taken, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want a reflexive relation,
Yes, sir.
for example, if I take 1, 3, this taken as it is not. For example, I have taken 1, 3, 3, 1. Let me say. Then, if 1 is belonging to A, you must have 1, 1. 3 is belonging to A, you must have 3, 3. Then you can comfortably say that it is a reflexive relation. But if you want to make it a identity relation, anyone please, do you tell me here what should be identity?
Sir, So only 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5.
All must be there. All must be there, then only it becomes identity, please. This is what you have to understand, no confusion. So you can say that identity is subset of reflexive. Identity is subset of reflexive. That means every identity is reflexive. But every reflexive need not be identity. That's why I said that in the beginning itself. Every identity is reflexive, but every reflexive need not be identity. Now with this question, you will have all the doubts clear. Just see this. Read that, Rishikesh.
What, sir?
Read the question, please.
Yes, sir. Given the relation R is equal to 1, 2, 2, 3 on the set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, then the minimum number of ordered pairs which when added to R make it an equivalence relation. Yes.
Yeah. What are the elements in R here? 1, 2, 2, 3. What is the question here? Of course, set is given to be 1, 2, 3. What is the question here? The minimum number of ordered pairs which when added to R make it an equivalence relation. First of all, tell me, to become an equivalence relation, what is the first condition? It must be,
Transitive, symmetric, and
let us move in an order. It must be reflexive first.
yes, sir.
It is to be reflexive. This 1 is belonging to 1, 2, 3, that is set A. And you must have 1, 1 which is not there. And 2 is belonging to A. You must have 2, 2 also. 3 is belonging to A. You must have 3, 3 also. To be added. That means how many are to be added here? 3. Next. Symmetric, please. Symmetric, I need not have to tell you. AB belongs to R and B also belongs to R. AB belongs to R and B also belongs to R. So 1, 2 belongs to R.
2, 1.
2, 1 must be there.
3, 2.
3, 2 must be there. To be added. So how many are to be added? 2. Number 3, transitive.
1, 3 is to be added.
So transitive means, just check it out. This is 1, 2, 2, 3 is there, 1, 3 not there. 1, 3 not there in this one. So 1, 3 to be added and even 3, 1 must also be there, I think. 3, 1 is there. Symmetric. To be symmetric, please. To be symmetric. You're not responding. What is the definition of symmetricity? If AB belongs to R, then BA also belongs to R. If 1, 3 belongs to R, if 1, 3 belongs to R, this is to be symmetric. You must add 3, 1 also. Not responding. No one is responding there.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
So, totally how many are to be added? 7 are to be added. Let us write the final relation now. Final relation. Final relation goes like this. Which is equivalence? Equivalence relation. Come on, you tell me. What are the given elements? 1, 2, 2, 3. Come on, tell me please. Tell me. 1, 1.
1,
1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 3, 1.
2, 1, 3, 2.
1, 3.
1, 3, 3, 1. This will give you an equivalence relation. Miloni, are you there?
Yes, sir.
This is about a relation, given relation to become equivalence. To become equivalence, it must be reflexive and symmetric and transitive, and hence a minimum 7 elements must be added to make it an equivalence relation. Minimum 7 elements to be added. I hope you understand that. If you say okay, we'll move on to the next question, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let R be the relation on the set R of all real numbers, defined by ARB, if and only if modulus of A minus B is less than or equal to 1. R is defined from set of real numbers to R, triple R. There is a movie making happening here in our states. They're directed by Rajamouli. Do you know Rajamouli?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Who is he?
Precisely saying the director of Bahubali.
Yes. Rishabh is talented. So he is making this movie now, triple R. But here for us, first R is set of real numbers. Third R is set of real numbers. Middle R is a relation. It is a symbol of relation. Okay. So this is triple R defined such that A R B is equal to ARB is as modulus of A minus B less than or equal to 1. That's what it is. Now, you have to check whether it is reflexive, symmetric only, transitive only, antisymmetric only. This is what to be checked out now. So, modulus of A minus B less than or equal to 1. You take any real number, please. You take any real number of your choice. Let A is equal to. First of all, let us check for reflexive. Let A belongs to R. Here R is a relation. Then what happens? Modulus of A minus A is equal to 0, less than or equal to 1. Therefore, it is reflexive. Are you there, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next one, symmetric. Symmetric. Take any example. You can take even AB reversed also. Modulus of A minus B less than or equal to 1 implies modulus of B minus A also less than or equal to 1. That's correct or not? You tell me, please. You tell me. Even if we take minus common also, because it is modulus, it makes no difference. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So is it symmetric or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, therefore it is symmetric. Okay. Next, transitive or not? Transitive. For example, if I take 2, 3 belongs to R and 3, 4 belongs to R. implies 2, 4 belongs to R or not? No one responding यार. अरे 2, 4 मतलब कहाँ substitute करना है यार? You have to substitute them in the modulus here. Substitute, no, 2 minus 4 is not less than or equal to 1.
Yes, sir, it is greater than.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, not transitive.
Yes, sir.
Not transitive. So it is only, obviously, when it is not symmetric, when it is symmetric and anti-symmetric, what should happen? Anti-symmetric means you must have A is equal to B. A is equal to B is not possible here because A and B are different here. Okay. Then what should be the option? Please respond. Respond, please.
A.
So you can say in the beginning itself it is A. Reflexive and symmetric. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next one. The relation less than in the set of natural numbers. The relation less than in the set of natural numbers. A, R, B is as A less than B, where A comma B always belongs to natural numbers. Yes, please. Yes, I have mentioned it in the form of a, it is given in the verbal form. I converted it to the set builder form. Set builder form. Set builder form. You can take now any example also. Like take 1, 2, 3 belongs to N. Now it is only symmetric. He is saying, let us check it out. Let us check it out. Small a. That is first option. Symmetric means 1, 2 belongs to R or not. How do you say that? Since 1 is less than 2. Are you there or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Now, symmetric. 1, 2 belongs to R since 1 is less than 2. But, anyone, do you continue, please? Symmetric. 2, 1 does not belong to R. Accepted. Accepted.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because 2 is not. Since 2 is not less than 1. That's what it is. So is it symmetric? No. Are you there, boys and girls?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Second one, please. Only transitive. Only transitive. Let us check it out. 1, 2, as you said, belongs to R. And transitive we are checking out. So that is where to take a common element. 2, 3 belongs to R. Implies 1, 3 belongs to R or does not belong to R. You have to tell me.
Does not belong.
Belongs to, sir.
अरे बेटा अनन्या
सर
नींद आ रहा है रे
नहीं सर समझा मुझे नहीं
खाना खाने के बाद नींद आता है जनरली
नहीं सर नींद नहीं आ रही है
तो मेरे को तो आता है क्या करूं बता अभी अभी खा के बैठ गया क्लास में इसलिए मैं क्या करता हूँ ना वो उधर मुंबई आता हूँ ना वो हमारे स्टाफ रूम में तो एक चेयर्स है, अभी तक देखा कि नहीं आप मेरे को पता नहीं, चेयर्स है सोने के लिए, तो इसलिए लंच के बाद पक्का पक्का 15 to 20 मिनट्स में सो जाता हूँ। हमारा थकाई ऐसा होता है आपको पता नहीं, रात को 11-12 बजे को सोते हैं और सुबह 3 बजे उठते हैं और 5 बजे को फ्लाइट पकड़ना, उधर आना, आते आते 9 बज जाएगा, तुरंत क्लास में जाते हैं। मतलब पिछले दिन हमको 2-3 घंटे ही नींद रहता है, तो इसलिए इतना थकाई होता है बेटा, बता नहीं सकते रे आपको। तो इसलिए कैसा है कि इधर भी रेगुलरली भी एक 15 मिनट्स आप लंच के बाद 15 मिनट्स जस्ट बॉडी को रेस्ट देना है, नहीं तो सोना नहीं रे बेड पे, ऐसा नहीं, एक नैप देना है, नैप। नैप इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम स्लीप। ये तो नैप is not equal to sleep. Nap gives rest to the body. If you give 15 to 20 minutes or maximum half an hour, then your second session will also be most energetic. ठीक है, लेकिन अभी अभी कुछ भी नैप मत लेना बेटा। अभी ब्रेक देता हूँ ना, ब्रेक देने के बाद नैप ले लो, ठीक है। तो अभी बता रहे अनन्या, 1-3 belongs to R or not?
हाँ सर, belongs to R.
Correct, because 1 is less than 3. 1 is less than 3. ठीक है, so whether it is only transitive or transitive, we have to check it out, but it is transitive only. Let us remove that. It is pakka transitive, and we will decide this later. And next is reflexive, whether it is reflexive or not. Anyone? It's clear here, clear beta, clear, because it will not become a reflexive, because if you take any element 1 1, 1 is less than 1 is not possible. No one is responding here. No one is responding.
Yes, sir. So C is not possible.
If you take 1 1, no, 1 1 does not belong to R, since 1 is not less than 1, but 1 is equal to 1 is possible. So if you are given A is less than or equal to B, then that's different. Now you tell me whether it's equivalence relation or not.
No sir,
Why not?
because it is not
But all
reflexive.
functions are not satisfied.
So to be equivalent, to be equivalence relation, it must satisfy number 1, reflexive, number 2, symmetric, number 3, below, transitive. So reflexive fails here, and of course it is transitive only, and the third one is reflexive is not possible. Okay, so what should be your answer, please?
D.
I'm removing this. Now it is only transitive. It is only transitive. Is it clear? Every one of you, please respond. Respond, please.
Yes.
Asvika?
Yes, sir.
Asvika is there in the class? Asvika नैप ले रही रे।
सर उसने मैसेज किया है चैट पे।
क्या क्या? अच्छा, माइक प्रॉब्लम बोल दिया क्या? गुड गर्ल। चैट नहीं ओपन हो रहा है, क्यों 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 क्यों? देखेंगे बाद में। ओ ठीक है बेटा। Mic is not working. Asvika. ठीक है। Now, let's move on to the next question. Yeah. Just a moment, please. ये तो हो गया. This is done. With reference to universal set, the inclusion of a subset in another is relation which is with reference to universal set, the inclusion of a subset in another is relation which is, for example, if you take a set A is subset of A cross B or not. Universal set means A cross B.
Yes, sir.
Then is it symmetric? Equivalence, reflexive. Equivalence, we can see that later. And reflexive and transitive. That's what you have to see. Okay. Now, let us do it after the break. Please join by 5:50 within 15 minutes, please. Join again. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. ఏంట్రా మళ్ళీ పావుగంట బ్రేక్